I'm Kristen from Tiny Footsteps Travel, and I'm going to show you what you can expect for boarding a Disney cruise at Port Canaveral in Florida. I'm also going to be sharing some tips to make the whole experience go as smooth as possible so that you can have a fun and relaxing embarkation day. As for how to get to the port, you have two main options. Commute from Orlando or stay overnight somewhere nearby, which is what we did. Before arriving at the port, we hung out at Kelly Park, which is on Merritt Island, just a 6-minute drive from the port. You can even see the ship and the port from the park, which is pretty cool. The park has restrooms and a playground, so it's the perfect thing to do if you have to check out of your accommodation and you're waiting to board the ship with kids. This is what it looks like as you're nearing the Disney Cruise Terminal. The area is pretty well marked, so it wasn't too hard to figure out where we were supposed to go. Finding a parking spot isn't hard at all. There is more than enough spots from what we can see, but they do have indoor parking as well as outdoor. Getting a spot indoor is a little harder than getting outdoor, but you shouldn't have problems finding a spot at all. After you park your car, make sure you have the few things you need on hand for easy access, as you'll be asked for them a few times during the boarding process. For one, your passport, and the next thing you'll be asked for a couple times is your port arrival form, which is emailed to you. It has a QR code, and they simply scan it to make sure that you're all checked in. The other thing that they don't tell you is that you should have a small packed day bag. After you check in, it could be hours before your stateroom is ready and until you see your luggage again, especially if you have an earlier port arrival time. So if your port arrival time is anything before 1 p.m., I'd say to definitely pack a little bag with some stuff you're going to need for the pool area, such as a swimsuit, sunscreen, and whatever other necessities you need. By the way, you don't need to bring a towel with you, as they have lots of them up on the deck. Once you get to just outside the cruise terminal, you'll show your documents and you'll be asked to stand in a line according to your port arrival time. As you can see, they have the port arrival times clearly listed so that people know where to wait. Eventually we were called in to check in, and once you check in, you'll go up an elevator into a room that looks sort of like this. And this is where you'll wait until your boarding group is called. They start from boarding group 1, and then they call up to however many there are. There's lots of chairs to sit in and bathrooms, a lineup with people getting their photos taken, and a small model Disney cruise that you can look at. Once your boarding group is called, you'll proceed to the lineup to board.
Other one, pieces right there. Hi, my princess, you're so cute. My God, cuteness overload. Hey, family, let's take some pictures before we go on board, everyone.
Gotta take a picture?
I don't know.
Some family photos?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
At this time, you'll have the option of getting your photo taken. We at this point weren't intending to buy the photo package, but we were glad we got our photo taken here, as we ended up buying the photo package in the end, and it was nice to have these photos. As you can hear, they welcome the families on the loudspeaker as they board the ship. So after boarding, I recommend heading straight to Deck 11 for poolside dining or one of the other restaurants that are open, such as Cabanas or the Marceline Market, depending on which ship you're on. We purposely didn't eat lunch before boarding as we wanted to take advantage of the food options on board. And then right after having lunch, we headed straight over to the pool area. And on boarding day is when the pool area will not be so busy. It will definitely get busier than this later on during the cruise. So I do recommend taking advantage of the pools on embarkation day so that you can enjoy them when they're less busy. In case you're curious, I thought I'd quickly show you the Disney Cruise terminal building from the perspective of the ship. And this balcony here is the one I was standing on when I got those pre-boarding photos of the ship. On embarkation day, there will be a mandatory safety drill that you need to attend. And don't try to skip it or hide in your room or anything because they scan your key card when you arrive, so they know exactly who's there and who isn't there. Other than that, make sure you get your kids acquainted with their childcare options on embarkation day. It's the only day that parents are allowed to enter the childcare rooms, so I recommend taking full advantage of this and going in as a family. You can also find out about different events and activities on embarkation day, either from looking at your Disney Cruise app or at lists that are around the Disney Cruise. So this one, for example, was in the main atrium. I hope that this video has helped you prepare for embarkation day, and I hope that you have an amazing Disney cruise.